Welcome back to Titan Toy Museum. Before you see the logo that we used to hang outside our store, and it was a nice little keepsake for me. But anyway, going into the first video, we're going to go ahead and discuss Castle Grayskull. This is from the Masters of the Universe Classics line, so it's the largest Castle Grayskull playset built to date, and I have modified this one. I collect action figures that are 3.75 inch to 4 inch figures, and the larger figures in the He-Man line just were not doing it for me. So, taking this castle, I completed a number of modifications. Here from the front, you may be able to tell that the flag is different. The gun in the top turret there is not the same as what came with the playset. But if you look at, as I spin this guy, really nothing else was modified on the outside. This is just such a wonderful toy. And there are videos out there that cover all aspects of this playset. And so feel free to search those out. As I spin this around to show you the interior, this is where the majority of my modifications have taken place. So starting right here in the upper left-hand corner, I colored in the inside of this turret here. It was just the green color, and you just kind of see the back end of the roof tiles as they're molded into the plastic. I prefer to just have it brown. I did no other modifications on the upper level for this side of the playset. I did add, as you can see here, one of the banners I relocated from the other side. And here under the window, it just sits in there. But as you can see, the molding of the plastic, it looks fine for the most part, but this just kind of gives a little more completed feel to it. As we work our way down to the bottom, you'll be able to see that I've made a modification here just to the left of the door. I included a wall as well as another small little turret there just for decorating. Once again, for the same reason, if this wall wasn't included, you would see the interior molding of the playset. And it's pretty evident right here just to the left of it behind the elevator shaft. And it kind of gives it a cave feel, and that's fine. But I kind of like the walled-in feel. Panning over to the right, next to the gel cell, I took the computer console out of the 2000X Grayskull playset, and that's where this wall came from as well that I'm showing you right here. And I'll pan around and back off a little bit. And once again, we had just some more molding in the right corner of the lowest level here. And I took the door from the 2000X playset and I fashioned it into this corner. And it opens up to where I can hide Castle Grayskull Man. I'll bring him out here so you can see him. One of the protectors of the castle. This figure was made from a destroyer figure that you will find in the Thor playset, or the Thor action figure line, rather. I took his head from a G.I. Joe figure. I think his name was Iron Claw. It's from G.I. Joe's in the 90s. Some obscure toy line there. And just given a new paint deco and added a few little features to him, just so he looks a little closer to the fan-created figure of Castle Grayskull Man. Moving up to the second level, this is where you're going to see some additional, probably the most extensive modifications. First and foremost, right in this area here, this is where the original throne sat, and the throne could pivot and it would drop, the floor would drop out from under the would-be adversary. While I like that feature, didn't make sense to me, because if someone drops out of this floor, they should really fall into the jail cell. But it's not lined up, so they would end up just falling in down here by the entrance. So I really didn't have any need for that. This playset also came with an astronaut. It wasn't an action figure. It was more like a little statue that sat in the corner. I kept the back of the throne, and I put in a Chatmay spacesuit that will make a good substitute. And this would be the spacesuit that Queen Marlena owned when she crash landed on Eternia. A good friend of mine out on Facebook customized this throne for me. This is the throne that you would see in the He-Man movie. Very nice piece, and it made for a nice throne set there. Pulling it out, you'll see right behind it some more of the wall from the 2000X playset. I'm using that to cover up the skull. The skull that's molded on the front of this playset, you can see the back end of it. It just looks kind of weird, and so this kind of finishes it in. And then I have another smaller throne there for Queen Marlena, and that's from a Narnia playset. Get this guy back up here. And up top, once again, there's the gun that I added. And this is from the 2000X playset. It's more robust than the one that came with this Classics Castle. And I shortened it so that way it would accommodate a shorter figure. I'm actually going to grab that figure now here. This is one of my customized He-Man figures. He's done up in 4-inch scale, made from a number of different action figures. You got a base there from a Hercules action figure, Marvel Universe line, and the lower legs are from Kraven the Hunter, also from that same line. You can see the harness from DC Hawkman, and I customized the sword. And there's a few other bits and bobs there. And his head was also from another Marvel Universe figure. It's kind of hard to find a head that looks just like He-Man, but not completely like He-Man. And as a comparison, I'm going to back off here a little bit. You can now see a 2000X action figure, and you can see just quite the difference in size. This playset was done very well by Mattel, you know, to create this, and but I really like having a smaller figure with these guys and with this set. But that completes my little overview of the modifications to Castle Grayskull. I hope you enjoyed the video. This is my first review. I'm not going to ask you to be kind, but they'll get better, I promise, as I get more accustomed to actually filming. And I look forward to showing off the other customizations. Thank you.